Okay, hello everyone. Hi Dean. How's going? Nice to see you. Yeah, let's continue playing Planescape a bit. That was airy music. I'm checking out the stream. Okay, pretty busy. I see. Yeah, I'm doing well. Glad to see you. Have you ever seen this game, Planescape? Pretty unusual.
All right.
I don't know. It's a classic RPG, but there is a way to play the game only by kind of solving all the problems by talking. So it has a lot of text. So mostly what I do when I play this game, I just read, kind of like a book. But it has an interesting story. And it's pretty old, it's 20 years old. I need to remember what kind of quests I had. Find Ferret, yeah. Missing Journal. Help Seftai to get her revenge. Free Angiar from his dead contract. I think I did it. I got contract last time I played. I just need to talk to him right now. It's like if you played ever Baldur's Gate or Pillars of Eternity, this kind of RPG. Isometric party RPG. Never Winter Nights. Divinity. Look into the meta of the Mausoleum's Walking Dead. Never played them either. I see. I like them a lot. They are not very interesting to watch, but I really enjoy them. Yeah, I need to go to Mausoleum, check out zombies. So the main idea of the game that your character is immortal, but when he dies and gets back to life, he loses his memory. So I woke up. It says it is expired. Let me check out. Maybe I need to change it. This one has expired too. Yeah, it's been a long time. It maybe doesn't work anymore. I need even to remember how to make a link. Second. It was like you can add an invite link on the bottom. Yeah, I did it. For a long time it was working, I think. Maybe I accidentally changed. Also, the number of users you may select no limit. Yeah. I found it. Okay, it should work. Let me change description then, in case someone wants to join. and the chatbot. Does work. Nice. Thanks for heads up. I didn't know. Did not notice. Now I need to change link on chatbot. Kinda live. Good announcement. The best I could think of. Oh, I just need to find the... Okay, I found. Okay, thanks. You're welcome. Yeah, my character died, and he lost his memory. Now I try to remember what I was doing. Like my main character tries to get back his memories and find out who he is, because he doesn't remember what kind of person he is. So it's a quest to get back your memory. It has a, yeah, unusual story.
All right.
Is that why you get this announcement? Not really. Find credit for Bane the Sender. Just deliver a message. Track down a thief disguised as a dustman. This one is a tough. I need to go to Ungir's house.
Done.
Yeah, it has his dead contract. Be able just to return it to him. Hey Courtney, how are you? He's not dead, he's just not alive. Undead, unalive. I'm sure they're in the game. The man glances up at the sound of your voice, and his slack expression vanishes. It looks like someone has lit two fires in his eyes. What be your business bargain into me house? His eyes narrow, and his teeth clench. Gad, I will send you back to whatever grave you crawled from. Yeah, show him his dustman contract. It should calm him. As you pull out the contract, the blood drains out of Angier's face. For a moment, he seems at a loss for words. Then his temper quickly resurfaces. Where did you get that? With the powers? You'd best tell me. We'll DM something that you might be interested in, or hope it helps you. I will check out later, yeah. Thanks. Pretty good, there is enough show to go... No. To go sledding down. Now. I cannot read. Yeah, I read like there is enough show to go down. I see. It's been quite snowy here in my town. There was a lot of snow recently. Your wife told me why it was. She was worried about you. I took it from a dustman named Mortai. It has your name on it. Yeah, your wife was worried about you. Unger sputters for a moment. Then his rage seems to find a focus. I I'll kill her. What? What's this reaction even? Did you finally drink wine? No. I drank juice. It was red as well. If all kind of wine is red, I don't know. You won't touch her if you know what's good for you. Or that's your own business, but let's settle matters between us first. What are you going to give me for this contract? She told me because she was concerned about you. Your first reaction is to punish her for caring about you? Or tear up the contract? Let's use the third one. Juice. Sure. She went back on her word to me. Her husband. Unger's hand clenched into a fist, and he glares at you. I told her to speak of it to no one, and here I find she tells the first stranger that comes to my house. She broke her promise because she loved you. Laws and vows sometimes have to give way before more important matter. It's a good answer. You have a reason to be angry. She should not have made the promise. If she had no intention of keeping it, I cannot respect an oath breaker, but such a thing is now in the past. Or well, she did. And you will have to deal with it. There is nothing more to be said. The first one is good. Some of the fury seems to flow out of anger, and he grunts. What's done is done. He glances at you suspiciously, then nods the contract. What do you plan on doing with that paper then? I expect you to pay for it, just as you were paid for it. I can just tear it up. How much snow do you have? I don't know how exactly to tell you how much snow I have. It was a lot, quite a lot. So it causes traffic jams, and it's hard for cars to drive. If the streets are cleaned. I don't know exact number. Let's tear up the contract.
Updated my journal.
You tear up the parchment, and Anger's eyes follow the bits of paper as they flow to the ground. With a desperate look, he shudders slightly, then straightens, as if a great weight was lifted from him. Yeah. He looks like he's about to thank you, then stops and stares at you suspiciously. Nothing's free, not on the hive cutter. Consider this free, and expect a lot of rules in the hive to change while I'm around. Bumper cars. Yeah, I liked bumper cars, and I was held. Hey Dexter, how's it going? We're just kind of reading a novel here. I remember I was telling you about Planescape Torment a long time ago. I think you liked Arcanum RPG. But if I'm not mistaken, you haven't played Planescape. I might need a favor in the future. Could you help me? Or well, if you feel the need to pay me, I had some questions. I think on the way to pay me. For now, farewell. Question. Oh, help in the future. Maybe questions. Or help. Yeah, let's help. And I get experience, that's the most important part. I ransomed my life. One man already. I'm not about to do it again. Shakes his head. We'll settle the debt now. That's wise. Just ask questions then. Or can I ask why you signed a dustman contract? Perhaps the sheer amount of riches and wealth that surrounds you that distracted me. Lords, I have less than nothing, and I need it, Jink. Didn't seem to matter too much at the time where it might come from. and selling my body to the Dusties is a lot more honest than most work around here. What caused you to change your mind? It's just... Decide. I saw one of them zombies on the streets month ago. One of them zombies that work for the Dusties, and it stabbed me in my heart. I knew I'd made a mistake. I didn't want to be any part of that after death. You should not have signed the contract. We all had our share of mistakes. I suppose so. I'm looking for a man named Farad. Know him? Aye, that name be known to me. And not a fond name it is, either. Can you tell me about him? Frowns. He is one of them collectors, and one with a long shadow. Has quite a few boys, and he's back in coal. He may not be lord in the realm, but he's not a smart one to tangle with, lord or no. I know who collectors are. Why can I keep asking this question to everyone in this game? Do you know where I can find him?
Updated my journal.
Oh, more experience. You think I woke up 2 hours ago, otherwise your voice would put me to sleep like last time. Huh? Yeah. Dangerous. Listen to me. I really, if I lay down on a bed and I mean, if I'm lying on a bed and I read something at the same time, it's really easy to fall asleep. I just need to get a book in my hands and I almost instantly fall asleep. Even if I'm like not tired. So it's dangerous for me. If I don't want to fall asleep, I need to read like sitting in a chair, at least. Not lying on the bed. It's dangerous. Aye, but I wouldn't be doing you a favor telling it to you. His frowns deepens. One of my kin fell into his lot a few months back and spilled some of the dark of old Farad. I hear tell. Farad's actually got his key buried somewhere on the Ragpicker Square. To get to it, there is some kind of portal you need to jump through while carrying some junk in your head. And Planescape, hey Watashi. Hi again. Hi again, yeah. How's the anime? Any progress? Yeah, I'm just reading in Planescape, as you know. Nothing interesting. Where is the Ragpicker Square? It's a few blocks from here. Go straight west, run the mortuary gate, keep going until you start seeing trash and rags piled up everywhere. You'd do best to walk careful there. The collectors, they don't always wait for a body to die before collecting on a corpse, you hear? Yes, I see. So I've played it. This part I played before, a long time ago. I know you have to find an item. I think it was a finger. I'm not mistaken, you have to find a finger. Go to the special place and a portal will open. And the finger was in some pile of garbage. Not sure where. About a journal, have you seen one? Angira frowns, then shakes his head. Haven't seen a thing such as that, Cutter. Right. Do you mind if I rest here? Angira knows. That's the least I can do. I'll have my wife get some blankets out here. Thanks. Oh, new video. You have rested for 8 hours. That's the proper amount of sleep. Developers suggest. Go. Maybe I should talk to the wife. how she reacts that I see her husband from eternal delivery. Well, Matt, good sir, how can I help you? I'm low on supplies, can you help me? She doesn't react anyhow, by the way. She can trade. Has bandages. Yes. They're pretty much in the same place as I did last time, but this time mostly because of illness. I see. He sells bandages. Why not? Let's buy some. It's after all, it's a free medicine. Not free, it cost me 5 coins. I mean, it's always useful to have medicine, additional. But I need to find whom I can sell some stuff. I have accumulated some items I don't need. Also have a page, this one, yeah, this one. There was a puzzle, like a text puzzle, how to fold the page properly, so you can find out some kind of a code, a secret code, that I wasn't able to do. Can we call the Nameless One Rick? You can call him Rick, but I cannot change his name. He had too many names in his lifetime. He has died.
I'm gone.
Many times. Has been resurrected many times. He doesn't remember anything.
I'm gone.
But people remember him. Yeah, I think I need to check out Mausoleum. Also, I need to find a bar. I've been to one bar already, but there is a different one. I need to check out as well. Rick and Morty, yeah. I'm slow. Ah, that's the portal. So I had some item.
All right.
Guess I had a right item to open it. Ready. There's so much garbage in my
Flies wouldn't even rest on your carcass.
inventory. Who knows what item was the right one.
See that?
All right.
Rusty dagger. Copper commons and a bronze ring. Okay.
Done.
Ingress. You see a haggard woman, wrapped in rags. Her hair is disheveled and dirty and her complexion is extremely dark. Burns cover her arms, and her right hand is fused lamp of flesh. Looks melted, like wax exposed to great heat. Greetings?
Updated my journal.
What is it you want to me? The woman's accent is thick. You are not having difficulty making out what she's saying. You are having difficulty. You want me to leave? Not live in the city? So I'm not. I can't. Right, it's not a city. The prison. Everywhere. I finally went to a bar. Yeah. Lol. In the game. Everywhere. There's worlds. There is. Her eyes gleam madly. Plains that sink in sands. Fields. Thirsty nettles be. Sightless worlds where your limbs are given life and hate. Cities of dust whose people are dust and whisper ash. The house without doors in the twilight lands. Singing winds starts to sob quietly. but she seems all out of tears. Shadows. Terrible shadows there be. Wildest places. Where's them places? She flings the lamp of her right hand in an arc, gesturing at the cityscape. There's all here be. Doors. Doors here to everywhere. Doors? You're not knowing this? Squints at you, and her teeth start chattering. Tell you I will. Beware every space you walk through or touch in this thrive-cursed city. Doors, gates, arches, windows, picture frames, the open mouth of a statue, and spaces, and shelves. Beware any space bounded on all sides. All these are doors to other places. What do you mean? Every door has a key, it does. And with this key they show their true nature. An arc becomes a portal, a picture frame becomes a portal, a window becomes a portal. All eager to take you someplace else. They steal you away. He raises the lump of your right hand. And sometimes, what's on the other side takes part of you as tithe. What are the keys? The keys are the key. The keys. The keys number as many as the doors of the city. Every door a key, every key a door. The thief starts chattering again, as if she's cold. And the key is anything. It may be an emotion. An iron nail held between your second and fifth fingers. Thought 3 times, then thought once in reverse, or it may be a glass rose. And these are all keys that open these doors?
Updated my journal.
Yes. The thief starts chattering, and she clenches her mouth closed and squints her eyes. Yes, and leave. Can't leave. How did you get here?
Updated my journal.
When updates? From? She seems to come slightly, and her eyes take on a 1,000-league stare. Came from a place else from here, almost a life ago. Pumped tuned by a glade with 2 dead trees that had fallen together. A brilliant door opening the space between the cross trees, opening the city on the other side. I stepped through, ended here. Why can't you go back? Tried. Tries to sob again. No tears come. Tried. All doors here lead to other places. Shudders and grips your melted right hand. Went through thrice 10 portals. From a purpose. From an accident. And then I'm right and find a way back. There must be a portal that can take you back. Can't even live here. This square. There, the place of death behind the gate waits for me. Points at the mortuary behind the gate. Then turns back to you, face desperate. Can't go anywhere in the city. You can't go anywhere? What do you mean? Anything could be a door. Any arch there, any door here could be a portal. Don't know the key. Could get us sent in another horrible place. You start chattering again. Gotta stay away from the closed spaces. All could be doors. You'd have a key on me, not knowing it. You're afraid to go through any door or arc, because it might be a portal. Notes the teeth chattering. How long have you been afraid of this? She squints. Since the last time I walked through the last portal, the place were in my hand. Stops. Since my 10th turning, I'm in my 4th, 10th turning that now. This sentence I did not understand. What? 30 years? You haven't walked through any door for 30 years? The vision seems to clear slightly. He looks up at you. He's still chattering. If you got here, there must be a portal that can take you back. It's only a matter of finding it. Yeah. To be too afraid to walk through any door? That's something. How mad are you, women? You must be a fool to not walk through anything that might be a door. This is just she's not a fool, this place is crazy. It's connected to Forgotten Realms. If you know this, there are some games and books based on based on Forgotten Realms setting, like Baldur's Gate or Neverwinter Nights. They are set in Forgotten Realms. And this universe, the game is connected. It's in the same like universe as Forgotten Realms books and games. Just this city, when it goes to a bar, finds a melty lady. I haven't even found it. It's not a bar yet. Sentence in the heart, yeah, some of them. But yeah, colored shirt, the colored shirt. This city, I think it's called Sigil. It's like it's a hub. Contains the portals, every other world and universe. So the people from different places, they end up here. So she's right. She's not crazy. It's just this place is crazy. It's full of portals from different or two different worlds. Must be a portal somewhere. She smiles. Her teeth aren't chattering because she's cold. They are moving around inside her mouth, her gums twisting as the teeth shift about. They rise and recede as you watch, chattering as they rattle against each other. What? She hisses at you. Only takes one portal, steps through an accident to drive the fear into you. I went through thrice 10, lost my hand, burned my flesh, and lost my senses. She looks at her feet. No more, no more. I'm sorry. If I can find some means to help you, I will. Farewell. Or die in a city you're afraid to leave, then let your fear rule you. Farewell and good riddance. I will take your warning to heart. Farewell. I'll choose the first one.
Updated my journal.
Yeah. Find a way to help Ingress. Yeah, my friend told me about this quest, I remember. There are tons of portals and you have to find the right one. And you have to... The tricky part, you have to have an item in your inventory. Like, an inventory is not infinite. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, like 20 slots for items. So maybe I can accidentally sell a special thing that opens the portal, and I will never find it if I sell it.
Alright.
But there is some portal right now I should check out. Mausoleum. Guardian Spirit. Oh, totally normal. This spectral figure materializes from the gloom of the passageway ahead and quickly moves to block your path. It flows before you, its once human features twisted, a mask of rage. Defilers! Leave this place at once. And I say greetings. Yeah. Could be polite. Leave now! Its booming voice echoes down the halls. This place is forbidden to the living. Leave while you still can. I have some questions first. Seek your answers elsewhere. This place is a sanctuary for the dead. I shall not permit their slumber to be disturbed by the intrusion of yet another insolent mortal. Other? Has someone else been here? If you must know, yes, there is another intruder who even now continues to violate the sanctity of these hollowed halls. The anger in the spirit's voice fades. He seems somewhat saddened by the admission. The souls of my brothers and sisters cry out for peace. Only one way to find out. Who is this intruder? He's an evil coward who wields great power over the dead. So a necromancer? He seeks something within these halls, but it might be of what his purpose. Seeking it, I cannot say. Why don't you drive this intruder away? I cannot. The coward has sealed himself within the inner chamber in the mausoleum. He has erected powerful walls that bar my entrance. into the chamber. It is from there that he calls upon his dark arts to awaken my brethren and bands them to his evil will. Sounds to me like you need the help of one intruder to get rid of another. Spirit remains silent for several long moments. You can almost feel the weight of his lifeless gaze upon you. Yes, you might prevail where I have failed. If you will pledge to rid me of this blackguard, I shall grant you passage. What say you? I will do it.
Updated my journal.
So be it. The spirit slowly begins to fade, until only the echoing of its disembodied voice remains. But take heed. Tread lightly in these halls, lest you join the others in eternal rest. And there are traps on the floor. Any chance?
I'm gone.
Oh, I still need to find another companion. Somewhere here you can take a third companion. He's not far away. Place has an interesting background design. Kind of unusual and hard to tell.
I'm gone.
Mausoleum. What was that?
You got a face only a sledgehammer could love, and has.
I think the spell didn't work.
I'm gone. All right.
It's funny about a flying skull. It's much more stronger than my character. Guess he has a very strong teeth.
Sure, why not?
Done.
Damn it.
Critical miss. In Arcanum, if you critically miss, you hit yourself.
Did you see that?
I'm gone.
Here it's not even so hard. I mean, hardcore. Silver ring. The simple band of silver has no ornamentation. May have once been a wedding ring. Whatever its past purpose, it may be worth a few coins to a local merchant. Yeah.
All right. Done.
Did you see that? Did you see that?
Done.
Damn it.
Done.
So far the combat is not very entertaining.
Die.
I need to wait until I get my spells.
Damn it.
Done.
I'm sure my character will become a mage eventually, someday. Will be more fun. Bandage. Can I rest right now, right here? Dangerous.
I'm gone. Done.
In Baldur's Gate you had to rest every time to restore your spells.
Done.
You can cast like once a day. After every fight, I had to sleep. That was weird. Giant skeleton.
Done.
What's up? Even 50 swigs of brandy wouldn't make you look good.
I'm gone. I'm hurt.
Better stay away from him. Use a bandage. I think Morty slowly kills him. Let's check out. I have 1,032 experience. If Morty kills him, will I get experience?
See that?
Yeah, I guess everyone gets the...
Done.
Doesn't matter who finishes the enemy.
Done.
That's smart. So it's a labyrinth maze. Maybe this way.
I'm hurt.
So it is a trap. Sure how it works.
Yeah. Did you see that?
I'm gone.
Good as done.
Done.
Good as done.
On this green pointer, a green stuck beneath the player, and a green rectangle, same as the ones in StarCraft.
I'm gone.
You mean this green circle beneath my character? This one? That means I chose it? I'm not sure. I haven't played StarCraft for a long time. I cannot be sure. Aren't they the same almost in every
I'm gone.
game like this? You think of copy-paste? Copy-paste?
All right.
I've been watching one streamer playing the first StarCraft, the whole campaign, recently. It's actually, the first one is difficult. It's super long because the game is old and it takes a lot of time to finish it.
Done.
I don't stream so often
I'm gone.
and so long. If I would try to play the StarCraft campaign, the first one, StarCraft campaign, it would take me a few months maybe to finish it.
All right. I'm gone.
But I'm pretty sure this pointers and circles just the same in all games like that.
Sure, why not?
I'm gone.
Plain. Did you see that?
Nice. Morta has one ability, but it's not a spell or something, it's just like his ability. It doesn't count as a spell. It's not a... Not like exactly pixel type, but now I see they're slightly different, you know? I don't think they would steal it from StarCraft. Developers of this game are quite like self-sufficient and resourceful. It's not some kind of a Chinese or Korean copy-paste of a game. There is a... I know examples. I have played Korean and Chinese old RTS games, which were almost a total copy of StarCraft. They just... they copied the graphics and the gameplay, just changed some texture.
Alright.
Yeah, that's... yeah. They
Thanks
just...
for your support.
What does this button do?
What does this button do? Hey Dean, thanks for the donation. Thanks. That's a good button. Thanks again. I still remember, I need to check out what you wrote me on Discord. I will see. Hey Onion, hi. Yeah, great idea to save right now.
Alright.
Thanks again, Dean. What have you been playing recently, by the way? I have seen you have more viewers right now.
Thanks for your support.
A good button? Okay, let's click it again.
Thanks again. Yeah, it's a good button indeed. Very good.
Did you see that?
Alright.
And I think I fixed the command that was showing a weird number usually before. Like 100 times more than it's actually. Like you donate $1 and it was saying like $100. It was funny, but it was broken. I guess now it works. It says rubles in Russian currency. How's going, Onion? Как дела? Oh, I found it. Necromancer, Strahan, Rune Shadow. Totally a fantasy name. You see a mid-sized man in long robes of deep black. His hair is neatly coiffed, and an impeccably trimmed goatee complements
Thanks
his...
for your support.
You are great. Thank you for being a good friend.
You don't have to donate me to be a friend, but thanks again. Or maybe I should make the message a bit louder. I mean text to speech. Should make it louder. Потом-то пофиксили. 1К бачей. Подумал, что опять 1, там реально 1К. Я бы удивился. Немножко. Okay, I made it louder.
Thanks for your support.
I have to, because I want to.
Why are you generous today? And I haven't saved. Now it's louder. Only now. Now I saved settings. Now it should be louder. Thanks again. Немножко. Noticing your arrival, he puts down the book he was writing in and strides confidently over to you, smiling. Impressive, I must admit. I never thought you would make it this far. I'm glad to have disappointed you. Are you the one responsible for all this Walking Dead? Or I can say, foul necromancer, I've come to put an end to your
Thanks for your support.
It is not much, buddy. I just wanted to help a little bit.
Yeah, I think it sounds louder now. Thanks again. Yeah, I thought no one will watch if I play Planescape. Even today will eat. Yeah, I can buy some noodles. Instant noodles. Few packages. Let's choose the first one. Onion, you've played Warframe again? If I'm not mistaken. Are there any updates in Warframe recently? Who I am is of no consequence to you. What I want is the question that should concern you most. He speaks. He looks you up and down as if somehow fascinated by you. You're wrong.
Thanks for your support.
I want to watch, but I am really busy, sorry. Have a good evening.
Don't have to be sorry. Yeah, thanks again. I'm glad to see you anytime, without donations. Farmed a bit. Now has some small patches. But I mean, was there anything new? Like, big? Did I hear Warframe? Yeah. Yeah, Dexter is a professional Warframer. I haven't played myself Warframe for a long time, but I wasn't as much hooked up as you guys. You're wrong. What you want doesn't interest me. I'm here to kill you. Now I wanna talk. Very well, what do you want? He takes a step back and pokes an eyebrow.
Thanks for your support.
I know you meant with donations, Kappa.
Kappa. Thanks again. I think every time if you use this kind of donation, I will have an email. I think I will have a lot of emails today. He takes a step back and yeah, I want your blood. What a coincidence. I've come for your blood as well. Prepare to die. Now, is this some kind of a threat? The man starts to answer, but stops himself abruptly. An evil smile spreads across his face, and he begins to laugh. Yes, I suppose it is. He continues to laugh, even harder at his own private joke. You notice that his hands have begun to move at his sides. Slowly, they flit back and forth, tracing intricate patterns in the air. And dialogue. Oh, so, I wanted to talk some more. Okay, let's fight.
Done.
Last Giant update was something like a month ago. Oh. So I guess I don't know it.
Done.
Now, if I gotta slam my eyeballs against you one more second,
I'm gone.
huh?
Done. Done.
I was playing a bit of a European Blade and Soul, just a bit. Russian Blood and Soul for some reason doesn't work for me.
Done.
So I I downloaded European, it worked. I was checking out the new class.
See that? What?
Like a warrior with a giant
Done.
two-handed sword. So, all the zombies try to focus my character. The necromancer focuses Mortar. So while Mortar tries to kill zombies, my character runs around in circles. And so far it works.
Alright.
I wanna play Lost Ark. Yeah, I would play Lost Ark, but I wanted to play it for a long time. A few years ago. Now I don't want to play it as much as I wanted 2 years ago. Like, I kinda get tired of waiting. I would also play a few games, a few Chinese games. MMOR, I mean. They're called Justice Online, and Moonlight Blade. But they're not available anywhere else except for China. I don't speak Chinese.
I'm gone.
See that?
Done.
A bit of Moonlight Blade and looks really cool. Yeah, I played Perfect World for a long time. It's Chinese, kinda like lineage game. Perfect World, I guess you know. I played it for a long time. So Moonlight Blade looks like it has the same Wuxia style. It's called this kind of a Chinese
I'm gone.
ancient setting. But it has a new engine, looks very beautiful, and it has nice combat system. I mean, Moonlight Blade has a nice combat system, and it has interesting classes. Like there is a class who fights with a umbrella. I would probably play as an umbrella warrior. Played it a bit, yeah, but it's outdated now. It's so old. And there is no point to play it, I guess. It doesn't have a story. Like, Perfect World doesn't have a good story. Super simple. Mostly it's just grind. But it's not fun to grind.
I'm gone.
The game is old. Totally outdated, yeah. I guess I've played enough. There is no point to return except for nostalgia. Like one of my first MMOs, so there is a huge nostalgia. But I still return to World of Warcraft.
Gone.
But Warcraft has a story at least.
Damn it. My jaw is hanging on by a thread, but damn it. Give me a hand here. You see that?
Yeah. Almost 1,000 experience. Nice.
Done.
Great fight. Scroll of Ice Knife. Bracelet. This bracelet looks to be made of silver, has a semi-precious gem mounted to the top of it. I'm sure it opens some kind of a portal. So simple. I need to find a merchant. I have too many items. No, not enough room for it. Yeah, almost run out of space. World has updates. Perfect World has updates as well. It has like 15 expansions, but it doesn't have a story. They just add more levels, more items. You can upgrade items more and more.
Done.
No story. No, even More scrolls. Dagger. This looks to be a very well-made dagger. It has a nice balanced and very sharp blade. Tran's diary. Okay, he didn't want to talk to me, but I can read his diary. Lost support. No, it's still supported. Still, huge updates. There was another game by these developers, Jade Dynasty. It looked 90% like Perfect World. I think it was called Jade Dynasty. This one I think lost support. They abandoned it. This leather-bound tome is cracked and worn of age. Some sort of crust has been burned into the cover. You can make out a series of interlocking triangles centered about the initials as SR. The writing upon its pages has faded considerably, but the last few entries seem to have been penned recently. Day 2 of the 127th year of Bactal Hushkar's reign. At last, I have found it. Missing page of the Uptarge Grimoire, now in my possession. As I had guessed, the page detailed the necessary components for the casting of the final transformation spell. I have all but one of the components. Drop of the mortal's blood is all that stands between me and the eternal power of lichdom. But where can I find such a rarity? Perhaps I should seek the answer through... Go to sleep. Good luck. Yeah, thanks for stopping by. Have a good night. Day 14. After days of taxing divination spells, I finally have my answers. The divination revealed the location of an immortal to be somewhere within an ancient mausoleum located in the hive section of Sigil. I must make haste. I must find this creature, draw its blood before it moves on. Day 15. I have arrived at the mausoleum. Immediately, I was set upon by a shaded guard that remains in the turret within this place. I managed to elude the spirit and found my way into what appears to have been some sort of inner sanctum, protected from minor wars to prevent any further interruptions by that supernatural tweet. I have set about raising some of the locals to conduct a search for the immortal. The divination was accurate and the immortal is here, then likely it's interred within one of the many crypts that line these halls. Only a matter of time now. Day 17. I'm not alone. Someone has entered the mausoleum and interfering with my servants. Could this be one I seek? The divination revealed only that I would find the immortal here. Could it be that my presence in this place prompted that which I seek to seek me out? What a delightful twist. I shall have to. The ink of this last entry is still wet. He was waiting for me. He was looking for me actually. Did I take his diary with me? Okay. Skull. This is a generic human skull. It is not as talkative as Morte, but perhaps just as well. Yeah, I have to find a merchant of some kind. I have a full inventory. As you step into the corridor, the guardian spirit materializes before you. Ghostly countenance regards you benevolently. I thank you. You have done me a great service. The spirits of my charger sleep quietly once again. Go in peace, friend. Apparition fades away, leaving you alone in the deserted halls of the mausoleum.
Updated my journal.
2000 experience. This was a very nice quest. So much experience. how can I leave this place now? Ah, it has a map here. Northwest.
All right.
It's good that they
All right.
remade the game. Not remade, remastered. You can play this RPG without any problems on new PC. And it has a widescreen resolution. Always a problem in older games.
Done. I'm gone.
Okay, is there any... I remember someone told me about... maybe there's a quest? Overseer in the marketplace. Marketplace. Sounds like merchants should be there. Yeah, see you, Vatash. Have a good night. Maybe in this part of the town. No, I haven't been here. The flop house? Name.
I'm gone.
These bugs. Nice. Not a very
I'm gone.
pleasant place.
Get a room and a girl, Cutter. Come on, Cutter, come on in here. You want to sleep outside? It's cold out here. Come on inside. We got a warm
I'm gone.
bed.
That's a new place as well. Haven't been here before. High dwelling, Braskin skip. Can I just find a impulse shop? Everybody tries to attack me in this city. Come on. Oh, Hive Merchant, finally. This door-faced old fellow appears to be selling various hand weapons. Oh, come on over then. Come to see my blades. Have you? Yes, I have. Nice. Steal. There's no option to steal. Or identify. But I don't have dexterity. No even point trying to steal. Only I knew what is useless and what is useful should I sell. This guy has a lot of weapons, but they're all... I don't think they are any better than mine. Спасибо, Найн, за хост. Привет. Как это? Пофармили? Что это такое? Это Planescape Torment. Я Урса спрашивал, как ему игра. Он, по-моему, сказал, что фигня.
All right.
Это типа Divinity. Или Тирании. ПГшка старенькая. Здесь больше упор на текст. Очень много текста.
Done.
Такие монстры просто что с одной точки шлепают.
Just look natural.
Я
Casual.
даже не представляю. Уже как бы сюжет кончился 100 лет назад. Вы там проходите какие-то контракты, сверхсюжеты. М. I'm trying to decide what to sell. Ты, кстати, решил, будешь Fable пробовать играть? Коса Гай. This older merchant has a worldly look to him. His deep voice is gentle, but confident. Ah, hello there. You ready to sample some of the most delectable treats from across the plains, my good man? What do you have? All manner of delicacies to delight your palate, my good man. Может, как раз завтра? Постараюсь глянуть. Но ты примерно представляешь уже, что ожидать от нее? Или, по сути, это слепую играешь? Barbarian Farseeds, Garbar Roots, Legion Pears, Crimson, Lotus Petals, Utopian Shepherd's Bread, yeah, all kind of stuff. Really 5 coppers for a taste of anything you'd like. Oh, asking about all the sweets, really. What does the bread taste like? I can only suggest that you try it, my good man, and see for yourself. Purchase something. Have space my inventory. Знаю завязку, не на геймплее. Так что я о чем не сильно знаю. Ну, я понял. Но просто имею в виду, что она не очень долгая. И локации закрыты. И нет открытого мира. По сути, один маленький город, парочка деревень. Это может... Ну, есть выбор быть добрым или злым. Очень простенькая РПГ. Но такая... История интересная. Ну, по названию Fable, как на сказку похоже. Let's sell some stuff. Why the knife for 1 coin? I can keep weapons in a special slot. It doesn't take my inventory. Quick item. Ah. Now I see. I can have more items now. Some of them in a special slot. Not sell them. Embalming Charm. Gives the hit points. Accuracy. I need to sell all these rings. Except for this one. Special. He's not the one, I guess. Want to buy my rings. Okay. Only earring. I have to identify it. Scroll or spell? Yeah, I don't have a scroll. I'm not a mage yet. But this guy can identify 100. That's expensive. Let's try. Magus Guard, armor class 6, usable only by mages. Consider it standard equipment for any adventuring mage. Bracelets such as this can be found across the plains, judging by the markings. Particular bracelet. It appears to have been made in a style quite common to Sigil. Various glyphs of wording are meticulously carved along the surface, producing an almost hypnotic effect when looked at. When worn, this bracelet protects the area from mortal attacks. Normal attacks. As if they were wearing scale armor. I'm not a mage yet. Not use it right. Okay. I have a few notes and a book. Maybe I don't need my inventory.
Done.
Another merchant. This seedy looking fellow. Quick to spot you looking at him. Aye. Basha, get over here. Come see what I got for you. He winks and waves over you. Waves you over. Oh, he buys rings, okay. And he sells charms. Some scrolls. Scroll of Luck. A level 2 wizard. Hey Becanoid, hi. This spell grants a 2 or 8 point bonus to the target's luck for 5 seconds per level of the caster. This bonus increases the chance for success in various efforts, such as attacking, thieving skills, saving throws, and like. I guess luck is good. How's the game? It's I like it. Personally, I like it. But I'm pretty sure it's not interesting to watch. Has a long story, a lot of text. Looks like a visual novel. But has a good story. Interesting. Follow. Braddock. I think I needed to talk to him. Or it's a bit overwhelming in the beginning, especially when I play with breaks from time to time. I keep forgetting NPCs' names. and what quests I took. But I haven't played this game for a few days only, so it's not so bad. For example, if I play Skyrim and then make a pause for a few months, I will have to play from the beginning because I will forget what I was doing. What's a jai? This toothless old crone reeks of fish and brine. Tiny approach. Gives you a wide pink smile. Fish? My child? Fish head mayhap? Child? Hardly. Oh yes, yes. But a child you are, to my ears. Hee youngsters. I believe you're mistaken. Take a closer look. It shuffles up to you. The fish sting is nearly overpowering. The old woman squints at your face first, frowning, then into your eyes. Only then does she recoil in surprise. Oh my! How many years have those eyes seen? I don't know. How many do you think? Don't know. Too many, I would say. Yeah, the old RPG problem, playing 100 hours of just 20 hours of the game. Multiple times. And this is this one is special. Like, it's famous for a lot of text. Only in this game you can actually solve almost every problem by talking. And a lot of dialogues. You don't even have to fight, like in old Baldur's Gate games or Neverwinter Nights. You have to fight a lot. But in this one, you can just talk non-stop. you just increase your charisma and wisdom, and you talk your way to the end of the game. Too many, I would say, but no matter. He leans close to whisper in your ear. It won't do to rattle the passerby. Let's keep it our little secret. He resumes your normal tone of voice. So, fish, my child. He pokes you in the belly. I often saw a meme or a joke like this game compared to Mass Effect. Like in Mass Effect, you usually have 3 or 4 choices, and in this game, sometimes you have like 15 different choices during the dialogue. Yeah, the story is interesting. It's about immortal. Your character is immortal, but when he dies, he gets resurrected. But he loses his memory. So I have lived for a long time. I mean, my character lived for a long time, but he doesn't remember anything. We are trying to figure out who we are. And maybe revert immortality, because it has become a curse. No fish for me, but I had some questions. And it has a lot of interesting companions. Like, your first companion is a flying skull called Morte. And there are angels and demons and robots, all kind of companions, and they all have funny dialects. She shakes her little wrinkled head. No answers, have I? Only fish. Very well. What do I have to offer exactly? Why? Fish, my silly child. Fish of all sorts, and fish heads, for those too short of jink for the whole ones. Any tiny fish heads, Where the fish comes from? They have brought a sigil from all over the plains, my boy. Would you like some? I sell only the heads, should they be short of jink. I don't need fish. Okay, farewell. It doesn't have anything interesting.
I'm gone.
Geese coral. You see a kindly looking merchant with a brush of grey and red stubble across his chin. He wears several layers of brightly colored robes, so much that he looks like a flag with arms and legs. He is shaking slightly as you... Greetings. I guess Coral, he bows and spreads his trembling hands. As he does, you notice his hands and forearms are a twisted mass of black scar tissue, as if they were once badly burned. How did you hurt your hands? His Carl doesn't seem to have hurt you. He answers only with his pill, delivered in the same flat monotone. His Carl buy cloth, sell cloth, wash cloth, mend cloth, and he gestures at his layers of clothing with his shaking hands. Wear cloth. Can I see what you have? Alright, I asked, how did you hurt your hands? And Giscarl repeats himself. He gestures at himself again, but his hands are shaking so badly, he cannot even finish. Never mind, can I see what you have? Oh, he has bandages. And a needle. Yeah, let's buy it. Useful.
Done.
This attractive young woman is smiling and beckoning to all passers-by as she calls out the virtues of her goods. Plates, jugs, cups, tankards. Drink from the goblets of the finest lords. Upon seeing you, he waves you over as if you were an acquaintance. May I see what you're selling here? I sell, yeah, plates and this stuff. All of quality, sir, the finest. She steps back and lifts the lid of the crate on the wagon behind her. Please, look over my goods. Do you have any questions? Feel free to ask. Step closer. Examine the contents of the crate. You peer into the crate. It's full of plates, cups, jugs, tankards, cutlery and the like. They look to be of varying degrees of quality, but some of it appears quite nice. As you're looking them over, she presses up against you. See anything you like, sir? Her long waving hair brushing against your shoulder. Smells faintly sweet, like vanilla. Where does this all come from? She flashes a wicked grin. My lovers are all burglars, sir. These goods are pilfered from the homes of Sigil's nobles. Oh, that's so honest. Upon seeing your expression, he laughs sweetly. Ah, a jest, sir, merely. My father and brothers are tinkers. These are wares which discarded from the nobles' manors and made good by them once more. I see. I had some questions. Oh, sir, but wait. She puts her hand on your forearm. Her touch is light as a feather. Are you sure there is nothing you need? Surely something for your own home, or a gift. She bites her lip coyly, cocking her head slightly. Well, that is a nice plate right there. What, sir? This one here? No, no, wait. This is ridiculous. I need no plates. I had questions. He looks so sad. You are nearly stricken with guilt. Slowly, he lowers the lid of the crate. Sorry, sir, I have no time for questions. I must see. I must sell what I can before the day is done. My family is large and hungry. Understand. Farewell.
Come in, Basher. Look here, the finest Toledo blade.
Profira. This grim-looking woman spares you only a brief glance before returning to her rant on top of the stage. She has a powerful voice that carries across the marketplace, even cutting through the noise made by the merchants and the surrounding foot traffic. Leave her alone. Craddock, I have a quest for him. Yeah, find Craddock for Bane the Sender. I have a message. You see a huge man watching the area with a tight-lipped frown and narrowed eyes. He's hunched slightly, as if bearing a heavy load on his shoulders. The unpleasant smell of sweat and dirt wafts from his clothes. Greetings. The man glances down at you, and his frown deepens. Aye? What are you sniffing round there for? You Kredek? Mayhap. He studies your face, as if trying to recall you. If I am, what be it to you? I come with a message from Bayan Sender. The message states, the shipment must be accursed by the third day, or there will be a penalty. By the house. Can they be such fools that they think we can miracle it there? Alright then, your message has found its way to the right ears. For all the good it will do. What's the problem? Look around you. Product notes the laborers in the marketplace and scowls. These laggards, half-wits, can barely keep up with a load as it stands, and now it needs doing in half the time. Need any help? I'll tell you what I need. All my men to show up for work. July is gone, missing since the morn, and I need him back now. Why? Why did he go? Hive-bred goat is probably passed out on the street somewhere by the smoldering corpse, when he should be here helping us. Worthless sod. I could go find him for you, for a price. Kredek is silent for a moment, then nods. Aye. You find Jelai, you tell him to drag his worthless, bob-ridden hide here. I'll pay you for your trouble. Frowns. And you found him, now get. You said he's likely by the smoldering corpse. Where is that?
Updated my journal.
It's south and east of here, Alice. Finally I have a direction where to go to find the bar. South and east. This way. Head through the southeast gate, then head east for about a block. Let's get a massive drunks outside. Can't miss it. Jela is most like somewhere around there. Alright. Yeah, going to the bar.
Done.
To the bar.
Basher, we have the best blades in town.
Rickwind. I thought his name is Rincewind. Read too much Terry Pratchett. Rickwind. Rickwind. Good name. This man is looking at you with a strange, bug-eyed stare. His eyes are huge. So huge they look ready to pop out of his sockets and roll across the cobblestone. He nods eagerly as you approach, bobbing his head like a bird, and as you near him, you suddenly notice the smell of urine and kisses surrounding him. Greetings. The man sniffles, wiping his nose on his sleeve, then opens his mouth to reveal blackened, rotted gums. Ours for coins, sir? His breath reeks. It smells like this man has been keeping the rotten meat poured inside his mouth. Ours for coin? Who are you? The man snorts, thick with phlegm. Names, names. Who you are? Who you are? His head does a slight twitch every time he names. Dangerous, dangerous. He glances at the ground and stirs the dirt with his foot. Dangerous? Knowing a name or being stuck with one, both's a mass of trouble. He looks back up at you. My name's a given name, not one asked for. Requint. Once again, you become conscious. His reeking breath and the smell of urine and feces that surrounds him. A given name, a given name. Appropriate name. That name fits you well. Is that your real name? Not my true name. True name. Requin mumbles on, his head twitching every time he says name. The true name's dangerous thing. Gives others power. Stares at you with his huge eyes and wags his finger. Keep your name secret. Keep it close. Never let it out. What do you mean? Names are like smells. Things can track you with them. Frequent coughs. His eyes almost popping out of his skull. As he does so, his cough seems to loosen his bowels. But he breaks wind loudly, as if to accentuate his point. If someone knows the true name, it gives them power. He licks his lips. The power to hurt. I don't know my true name.
Updated my journal.
Requin's eyes widen. In his eyeballs bulge even larger and makes you uneasy. Then you're blessed. Remain nameless, and you shall be as a spirit on the plains, untraceable, untrackable, unseen, discovered. He smacks his gums wetly. Name chosen, a name given that allows others to find you and hurt you. Have you been hurt? Requin gives a twitchy nod, scratches himself. Let my name slip once. Only once. His eyes film over as if the memory is painful, and glances at you. Tell you the story. I can. I will. 3 coppers must I see. Face splits into a smile as the word coppers, and his reeking breath hits like a hammer. Hey, how's Torment? Hi, bud. It's interesting. For me, at least. Yeah, just a lot of text. But I like it. Tomorrow, if I stream, I will play something different. Lots of action. I can lie. I don't have that much with me. I had some questions. I actually have 416. And I can lie, I don't have a copper. Only 1. Yeah, here's 3 coppers. Requin gets into a stance. Looks left, looks right, then faces you. His face clenches. And with a grunt, he breaks wind again. The smell nearly levels you. But he takes no notice. Pursed eye. Walk the words in splendor. He stands up stiffly, nose high in the air. He saunters back and forth, nodding to invisible passerby. Actually, I don't have time for a story right now. No, let's listen. I paid my money to listen to it.
Updated my journal.
Requin freezes, his arms akimbo, crossed paths with a crossed one. Had the looking of a pumpkin, seeds, curses. Requin then thrusts his belly out, her fat, licks back his hair with his filthy palm, though he looks almost bald, and begins drumming his fingers on his fat belly. He then walks about, circling the spot where his stuffy upper-class persona used to be. All a jumble of curses, this one was. With a sneer and a careless gesture, Requin tosses an invisible curse at the stuffy persona. Knew my name. Let it slip ahead. All it took it all. Stiffens up again, inhaling deeply, and resuming his upper-class persona. The persona suddenly crumples, and Requin breaks wind violently, then exhales, filling the air with his foul reeking breath, first with stenches, smells, excrement. Came here to tell tales, all good for now. Now Requin is the name, given name. I don't want to hear his story anymore. He doesn't have any quests. I missed my journal. Requin breaks wind and scratches his arms. He thinks for a moment and shakes his head. No journal. No journal have I seen. Okay, what about Ferret? Requin suddenly hunches over and leers at you. He walks around you for a moment, dragging his leg as a flame. A king! Noble tale. A tale I can tell, but 3 coppers must I see. Okay. Get it. Requin remains hunched over, staring at you. Once a man of respect, Ferret was a man of goals and position. All became nothing. Nothing turned to air. Requiem squints, then breaks wind, filling the air with a gut-churning smell. Turned to air, and think. Listen. A liar, a cheater, a man who twisted law, Farad was. He hunches over as if writing at desk. He writes for a moment and suddenly stops, afraid. And one day, he found that he had twisted himself. Such a liar he had become, that when he died, he was to go to a horrible place. Requiem shakes his head sadly, hunches over again, and looks wildly in all directions. Farad would not accept it. Would not. He had cheated others. He would cheat his fate too. He read darkened books and consulted seers. Requiem stalks back and forth, his hand over his eyes, as if staring off into the distance, and they told him that only in trash could he find that which would let him cheat his fate. Requiem breaks wind again, and gives a reeking cough. Perhaps they lied.
Updated my journal.
Requiem stands up stiffly, then begins to fling off imaginary clothes. With every piece of clothing he throws away, he becomes more hunched. Farad threw away his position, his goals, and took up a new title. Requiem stops, then leers at you. He claws at his rags, shaking them, and became a king of rags. He would rule the trash, have his subjects search it all and find that which he needed. Shakes his head, looks even now. Even now. Okay, do you know where I can find him? Requiem shakes his head. He lives amongst rags and trash. There you will find him. Okay. That's enough. It's really heavy to read how this guy talks. Let's go find a bar, actually. Or talk to Iron Nails. This woman has a name, so maybe she's important. This broad-shouldered woman is shuffling about amongst the huge beams lying on the street. Kicks at the beams with iron shod boots. Every once in a while, she bends down and wrenches a nail from one of the boards with her bare hand. Pulls each one up, raising it, and drops it into a leather sling bag. Greetings. I'll be back in a second. Mini break. BRB. I'm back. Straightens up, hearing you approach. She's smiling politely, but from her stance, and the way her hands rests, close to the hilt of her weapon, you can tell she's ready for trouble. You notice one of her eyes has a milky film over it. That's close enough there, Cutter. What do you need from me? Some questions. Ask away then. Who are you? She pulls 3 nails from her sling bag, tossing them spinning into the air, catching them in her palm. Iron nails, they call me. She drops them back into the bag with a muffled clink. Why are you collecting the nails? I sell them to a man named Hamris, in the lower ward, maker of coffins. Tell me more about this Hamris. There's not much to say. He's a bit chatty. He will rattle his bone box till you're barmy. You let him. But a fair bargainer. He needs in the nails. I need the jing, and that's about as far as it goes. Where's the lower ward? I used to know the way. I did. But the dabbers have changed the streets around again. Don't know how to get there now. I'll need to chart a new path. But I figure that Dabus will straighten things out eventually. This? Aye, Dabus. The lady's servants. He looks at you puzzled. You must be new to Sigil. The lady? Nails froze at you. Oh no, you don't. I won't be saying anything more about you than I have. Traces a semicircle over her heart with a finger. Take my advice, Berg. Don't go asking around about the lady. Very well, okay. I'm looking for a man named Farid. Notes, I heard the name. Head of a pack of collectors. So I hear it. Not sure where a body would find him. You may want to try Rag Picker Square, north and west of here. A whole mass of collectors will keep there. Have you seen my journal? Nah, I have not. Pauses for a moment. You know, that's a good idea. It is. A journal. Mayhap I should start one of my own. Yes, it is. It's amazing how much one can forget. Journal can help you hold onto your memories. Mouse over what you said. Huh. You're right. You're right indeed. Otter, I'll do it. I thank you for the idea. Nothing. Let's go. When will I have a new level, by the way? 3,000 experience more. But Mortal must have it. Maybe if I fight some bandits in the streets?
Sure, why not?
Greetings. Attack him. Yeah.
You know,
I'm gone.
if I gotta slam my eyeballs against you one more second,
Anyone named Thug,
Did you see that?
my enemy, apparently. The obvious.
I'm gone.
Ash Mantle. Yep, I'm on you. Mayor How many people I can talk to? This guy runs away from me.
But a perfectly good waste of arms, and sure, why not?
I'm gone.
A bronze ring. Also, I need to talk to Dabus once.
Done.
What's this place? Creedon. Office of Vermin and Disease Control. Ah. By the way, remove Requind's Curse of Stench. I met a man named Requind. He's been cursed to perpetually excrete foul bodily odors from every orifice. Perhaps I could find a way to help him. He said he was cursed by some fat, boding man who favors dressing in orange. Curse Splitter probably lives in one of the upper wards. Also find Jelly for Kredek. Maybe I should go back to Bane the Sender, tell him I found Kredek. And go back to Dustman Bar. Привет, Лу. Как дела? Здесь мы на зацвет вырубили.
Done.
Yeah, sure, why not? You know, if I gotta slam my eyeballs against you one more second,
Просто
I
такие моменты.
All right.
Huh?
Да, это не очень полезно. Вырубать его резко. Особенно когда ты посреди матча в онлайновой игре.
Okay.
run away from me.
All right.
Не, у меня нету никаких приспособлений. Просто свет. Часто не вырубают. Не вырубают часто. Уже не помню, когда вырубался. Много лет назад. This monument looks similar to the one outside the mortuary. There are no identifying marks on it either. Yeah, I should go this way.
All right.
Yeah, let's fight more.
What?
I'm gone.
No, they don't want to fight?
Sure, why not?
I'm gone. I'm gone.
What's up, Chief? You filthy stinkards.
All right.
I'm getting some experience from fights. Wanna level up.
What's the word, Chief? Sure, why not?
Yeah, almost. Two more enemies. Angry Hive Dweller.
All right.
Step right up, come see the burning man. Try to put him out. Buy him a drink. He's thirsty. He's on fire. He's red hot. Come on in. Come on in. See what I mean?
Also, they drop some stuff I can sell. Good.
Like that. Hey, we're being watched, Chief. Just look natural.
I'm
Did
hurt.
you see that? Did you see that? My jaw is hanging on by a thread. Would you give me a hand? Or sheer ugliness stabs pain into my eyes. Did you see that? Okay. Looks like my skills have increased.
Yeah, Morty has leveled up, right? Good. So, has a lot of constitution, dexterity. Fighting skills have improved. 10 hit points gained. That's a lot. 2 hit points gained from constitution bonus. And that's 10 hit points, that's quite a lot. Need to heal now.
I'm gone.
He's level 4. My character now.
He's red hot. Come on in. Come on in. See what I mean?
Smolder and corpse bar. That's it. I found the bar. Anyway. Go. Now this guy is one of my characters. One of my companions. Goodness. Drusilla. This is a woman with fading bruises on her face, arms and a look of desperate longing in her sunken eyes. Might have been pretty once, but those days were long gone. Long ago. She turns slowly to face you. Life pours into her features, and the spark of sardonic light that dances in her eyes now makes you wonder. Your eyes would even you. Welcome to the smoldering corpse, guardman. Who are you? I am Drusilla. And you must be clueless. Don't ask me how I know that. And just signs off you. Clueless? Think not. Smirks at you, and he bruises him a lot, almost to fade. Whatever you say, dearie. Hey, I have some questions for you. I'm looking for a journal. Journal? Oh, sure. I've kept an eye out for all stray journals, just in case some scarred man walks into my favorite bar and starts asking about it. Do you ask that of everyone you meet? What a fascinating life, yeah. I actually ask everyone. You have a smart mouth on you, don't you? Aye, a smart mouth or a smart head. I ain't the idle cove you might think, sod. I got a brain on me. If you're so smart, you should be able to answer my questions. What can you tell me about this place? Yeah, this is a smoldering corpse. Though the person smoldering ain't dead yet, he's just keeping himself alive till someone comes along to help him out. Those who like to see people in pain come here. Fiends like it. Folks who don't much care for being bothered come here too. The name alone keeps out most of the Burks. Who's he in a way?
Updated my journal.
That despair you saw on her face. Despair you saw on her face before blades across it again, like a black winged shadow before she masters herself. That's Ignis, one of the greatest wizards ever to come out. Blimey, excuse for a cesspool. They caught him and they opened a channel to the plane of fire through him, and now he's just a doorway for it, keeping himself alive by force, will, alone. If someone could dose him for a few moments, it would give him his life back again. But they don't make enough water to do that. Someone should be able to find something. Oh well, can you answer some more questions then? What's your connection to him? Her voice practically ropes with a deep ache. I was Ignis's lover, and he my beloved. He loved the flame more than me, and now he has become the flame. And because I love him, I love the flame. But that's all done with now. Now I'll wait for him to dose himself. I sell what little I have just so I can be near him. Very well. I'm looking for a collector by the name of Ferret. Ferret? Knickers. The Collector King? You can probably find him and his stinking ilk in the trash warrants on the far side of the hive. Good luck in getting any answers from him. He's a sly devil here. Very well. Who is not burning by the entry? Yeah, it's the same.
All right.
I should have talked to Morta a long time ago, I think.
Hey, what's eating you, Chief?
Yeah, haven't talked to him in ever, actually, since the beginning of the game. Morta, I don't mind you tagging along, but isn't there anything else you can do except chatter? Hey, chattering my best trait. He rattles his teeth for a moment, then grins. Huh? Alright, I cheated you for another stream for a few hours. No problem. As I said myself, this game is very... can be very boring to watch. Oh, that's good to hear. No, but seriously, Chief, I got a knack for chattering, in just the right way. I can really bend an ear, if you know what I'm saying. I got insults, backtalk stuff that will curl someone's ear into their skull, you know? How's that useful? It's one of my many talents. I'll call it my litany of curses. You see, sometimes I can really bend someone's ear with just the right comment. Of course, and I usually have to do a lot of running afterwards, but you get the idea. How does it work?
Updated my journal.
Well, I can spit insults at someone until they get mad enough to chase me around. Yeah, I know. It's very effective against mages, remember. Because the mage will try to attack him in a close combat, ignore his spells. I could use some advice. What do you think we should do next? Well, here's how I see things. Go on. I think you should try and root out this ferret. Wherever he set up cape, you wouldn't have had those directions tattooed on your back if he didn't have some inkling of what was up with you. One of the locals around here has to know where he is. So, what did I miss? You kicking children in a volcano? I don't know, I've been just walking around, talking to people, got a few quests, killed the necromancer, found this guy. He was a mage, but he was almost killed, and now he's burning non-stop. This one on top of the screen. Also, I found a man who is very stinky, and he reeks. And I have to find someone who cursed him, so he can stop being stinky.
I'm gone.
Ab Creekness. Dakon, yeah, that's my companion. I think right now I'll be able to get him in my party. There's also Alias, Barkis, Gilquakes. No idea how to read these names actually. Metal table is carved with talons, knives, teeth, and the marks of innumerable tavern brawls, like the air around it. Warmed it. Someone named O. Talk to him. You see a man standing stock still. He isn't moving a muscle. On close examination, it appears that he isn't even breathing, just standing. His eye sockets have empty holes in his face. Contained within the bones is a flat grey light that seems to dance with possibility. Looking into the sockets, the eerie empty feeling of a limitless void shivers through you, as if you had gazed into a sliver of eternity. The head slowly swivels towards you. You notice that no muscles appear to move under his skin as he turns, and he speaks in a pure bell-like tone. Well met, wanderer. You have forgotten again, haven't you? Do you know me, stranger? Который ты подарил? Про солдатиков? Да, я поиграл перед стримом немножко. Она неплохая. Она просто очень простенькая. То есть там всего пару карт. И просто заходишь в игру и присоединяешься к серверу. У всех одинаковое оружие. Есть автомат, винтовка, дробовик. Ну и по сути бегаешь, стреляешь друг друга. Там самое интересное просто типа карты. Да, там пока людей много. Достаточно. Там просто карты сделаны в стиле... Типа, ну, ты играешь за игрушечных солдатиков, поэтому... Например, ванная комната, и предметы гигантские. Есть такая серия игр. Старенькая. Похоже. Торговля... Да, нет, там нет предметов никаких. Там все одинаковые. Ты просто присоединяешься и все, бегаешь, стреляешь. Там одно оружие. Никакой кастомизации, никаких предметов, вещей, одежды, оружия, кинов, ничего нет. Она очень простенькая. Пару карт и пару оружий. Всё. As he opens his mouth, you get that feeling of eternity again. Inside his mouth you see no tongue, no teeth. It's almost as if this man were a shell surrounding illimitable expanse. I have spoken with you before, and always you forget. Your endless quest to discover yourself ends always in amnesia. You drew close to the truth. Recoil. Let us hope that you have the strength to endure your existence. What do you know of me? How do you know this? I know that you, like a fly, rise up from the wreckage of your old shell, buzz about for a time, and curl up and die in the window of truth. You bumble about the pain, seeking the light without any plan to your action, and fall exhausted. When you fail, you alight on others to feed from them for a time, move on with no regard to them. I have watched you come here and listen to your words, and watched you move away no wiser. Will you learn from your mistakes, Seeker? I don't think I like your tone. Who are you? I'm O. For some reason, when he speaks his name, it sounds like he's speaking of much more than a single letter, as if the speaking of his name contained untold possibilities and nuances. No human tongue could ever create such a sound. What sort of name is that? It is my name. It is the name of a portion of eternity. I'm a letter in a divine alphabet. Understanding me leads to understanding existence. I'm a reed in the true names of half of everything. My being encompasses truth. I am mathematic, organic, metaphysic. I think you're entirely crazy. So what does it mean? Alright, answer some other questions for me, will you? So what does that mean? The divine alphabet is written in the name of everything that exists, from the seed at the heart to the elemental planes, the core and the great beyond. My brothers and sisters, single word translates into two in your... And I reach across all that was, or I ever shall be. We are thought, and reality in concept, and the imaginable. Tell me about the great beyond. You would not understand. No mortal possibly could. It is beyond the powers of comprehension, of all but the most powerful of powers, and once they understand, they move beyond the veil of mortal comprehension. I can explain, no more than that. Perhaps, sometime you will understand. What are you doing here? Why? I'm watching the ebb and flow of mortality. And what do you see? You mortals are like wasps. You build your lives nests from the slimmest of branches, slimest. And when the wind shakes your home for life free, you seek to sting the wind to death. Instead of realizing your foolish mistakes, attempting to repair the damage you have caused yourself, and learning from your experience, you bring harm to any who have misfortune to blunder near you in your time of pain and distress. My advice to you, and to all mortals, stop acting like an insect, start acting sentient. Well, think about that. In the meantime, answer some more questions. What is it you wish to know? I'm looking for a journal. Urgent. Do you know where I might find it? I know where you can find it. but it is not my place to reveal such information. Rest assured you will find it, as well as the man you see. Do you know where Ferret is? I know where he is. I can give you only one word. Nearby. You will find him in the hive, under the veil of secrecy. That's what all. Your answers seem to be under as well. Can you give me an answer to another question? That's enough. He doesn't answer anything actually. He just gives you more questions. Let's talk to Dakon. The man before you is old. His dry yellow skin has the scars of one who has traveled everywhere and never rested long in any one place. His pinched face is inhumanly angular, and his ears sweep out from his skull. Tapered into points, he wears a loose fitting orange tunic, and a strange shimmering blade is strapped across his back. The blade looks to be a two-pronged glaive, made of some metal whose surface whirs like a film oil in a pond. Greetings. The man turns to you, his eyes like polished coal. He stares through you, and for a moment you wonder if he might be blind. The weapon suddenly turns dead, flat black, mirroring the man's eyes. You alright?
Hail, traveler.
He says nothing for a moment, merely searches your face with his eyes. Hail, traveler. His voice is quiet and somber, like a wind whispering through the branches of a great tree. Hail.
Your eyes have the weight of one who has traveled far to be in this place.
You could say that. The man's gaze does not waver from you. I am known as Dakon. The emphasis he places on the word known strikes you as odd, yet familiar at the same time. You are not known to me. I do not know myself. That is for the best in knowing yourself. There will be little in the plains left worth knowing. Falls silent for a moment, still studying you with his cold black eyes. I would know why you have come to the city. I'm looking for answers. I have many questions. Take your questions, I will hear you. Your features are unfamiliar to me. What are you? A Githzerai. Githzerai? A Githzerai is one of the people. One of the people? A Githzerai. Yes, but what are the Githzerai exactly? Dakon is silent for a moment, then speaks. Our history does not need to be made known to you. We would bleed to death on Time's blade before I recited a fraction of it. I don't need to know your history, but I would know of your people as they are now. Dakon is silent for a moment. No, please, and accept it as an answer. We are the people who make our home upon the shifting plane of limbo. With a deft motion, Dakon slips the blade from his back and holds it before him. Wait and see what happens. There we mold the matter of limbo with our minds. We forge cities with our thoughts. As you watch a series of ripping waves of metal begin to roll forth from the center of the blade, the pitch and crests of the waves match the inflection of Dakon's voice. In its chaos, we dwell. Only one hour knowing to preserve us. We are the Githzerai. What is that blade you have? It moved. Shifted in response to your voice. It is a Karak blade. It is an object that lets others know the rank of the wielder. Karak? What does it mean? Dakon falls silent for a moment, as if searching for the correct words. In your tongue, the closest translation is chaos matter. The people may shape it with their thoughts. People? The gift Jirai. And you say the gift Jirai can shape this Karok? Their thoughts? Karok, not shaped by hate, but by knowing oneself. It is a mirror that reflects the will of the wielder on its surface, and in its edge. When one knows themselves, the blade is strong, harder and stronger than steel. When one does not know themselves, the blade is a water, formless, weak. Are you willing to sell it? It will become as nothing in the hands of another. The blade knows my mind. I know its heart. We die the same death. You seem to place a special emphasis on knowing. What do you mean? All things, whether structure or flesh, their existence is defined by their knowing of themselves. And if a man does not know himself? When the mind does not know itself, it's flowed. When the mind is flowed, man is flowed. When the man is flowed, that which he touches is flowed. Dakon pauses. It is sad. What a flawed man sees. Hands may broken. Do you know yourself? Dakon falls silent. Cold black eyes take on the same distance that you noticed when he first spoke. I ask again, do you know yourself? When Dakon speaks again, his voice has changed. His words echo like a great stone dropped into a chasm. It looks like he is forcing the words from his chest. It is not my will. You know this. Perhaps I was being too kind phrasing the question. I want to be friendly with him. Never mind. You know a man named Farad? That one is not known to me. Lost a journal. Do you know where it might be? The location of such a thing is not known to me. Okay, farewell. As you turn to leave, the man speaks sharply. The first time you have heard his tone change since the conversation began. Hold! The man's voice levels out. This city is not known to you. I would travel your path with you. The road? Of what use you could be to me? Dakon's gaze changes. Looks as if he's looking past you, as he did when you first spoke to him. I am old, yet I have traveled far. The arts of war are known to me. The tides of the city are known to me. Nevertheless, where you stab in the dark, my blade strikes true. Doors locked to your hands are corridors to mine. Knowing these things, through me, you'll become strong. I will walk your path with you. Very well, accept.
Your path is mine.
Strangely enough, his voice seems distant. It echoes. This was taken from across a great distance. Very well, let's go. Get achievement. Endure and enduring, grow strong. Gain Dakon as a companion. Yeah, we have 3 people now. Or creatures. He's not a human, I guess. He's Githjirai. He has a lot of strength. 17. A lot of dexterity. And he is a lawful neutral. By the way, later I will find companions who are evil. Like this one is neutral. And Mort is good. And I am neutral. But if I find someone evil, I guess they will not be able to be with me in the same party while I have someone good. It's always like that. And they will conflict, try to kill each other.
I'm gone.
Pretty off topic, but have you ever seen the Swedish movie Let the Right One In? I think I haven't. I'm pretty sure I have not seen it. I'll check it out. Let the Right One In. So it's a horror movie. Interesting. It has pretty good reviews, mostly positive. Have you watched it, or you wanna watch it? Yeah, I almost never watched British movies. Not really familiar with this, with their cinematography. I will bookmark. Maybe we'll check it out if I can find it. Oh, you own it on DVD. Nice. So you liked it? Ah, by the way, I can have more stuff in my inventory now because I have an additional character. He can carry all the stuff as well. He had a whisper in a flask and the unbroken circle of Earthmon. He's a very mysterious.
Ceremonial armor is the symbol of Azurth. I will not part with it.
Yeah, he's very suspicious person. But he has a very nice weapon. I guess, for example, Morte has his teeth. Maybe I can somehow upgrade it. Give him some different teeth, maybe? I don't know. But I'm pretty sure Dakon will never change his sword. Like it's his personal sword. Only he can wield it. So far only my character can change weapons. A few daggers. Your favorite New Age horror film? By New Age I mean made in the 21st century. I see. If it's your favorite, I guess I should check it out. I don't know. I like Ring, Japanese, but it's the end of 90s, so it's not modern age. New Age. Among new films, horror films, I'm not sure what's my favorite. I will have to think about it very hard. This one's functional door is now nailed shut and barred on the inside to protect against thieves.
Done.
That was an American remake. It sucked. I watched on the Japanese and American versions. I watched them all. It's different. American version is different. It's less mysterious and detective. There are like more screamers and scary stuff. In Japanese, it had just like suspension. It was more like not a horror. It was like a thriller. It had an atmosphere of fear. And an American version, it just scares you directly, not just by atmosphere. You see someone dressed as a female dustman with a half-empty glass in her right hand. As you near her, she calls out to you. You, over here. You notice that there is something wrong about her. Your exposure to the dustman leads you to believe that she's just too lively to be a real member of the faction. Ah, by the way, I watched a Loft. Profuto. Loft, I think it's called. 2005. I was telling. I'm pretty sure I told it already. It's a Japanese horror movie. I think came out in 2005. Called Loft. It was it was awful. It was so awful. It was actually funny, like a cheesy horror movie. So if you wanna watch something terrible and laugh, you can check it out. Original foreign film is always better. No, I guess most of the times. And I liked Japanese original Dark Waters horror film, and it has an American version as well. There are some interesting actors in American version, more famous, but I watched Japanese version. And your exposure to the Dustman leads to believe that she's just too lively to be a real member of the faction. Approach her. Hey, Cutter, buy a lady a drink? Very well, here are 5 coins. You're not a really dustman, are you? He looks around nervously and seems to sober right up. Why? Why do you say that? Because you don't act like a dusty. And you're not offering contracts. In fact, you're taking money in instead of giving. Get out of that corpse labor they do at the mortuary. He stifles, quick of terror, and hastens to explain. No, I'm not a dustman. I just found these ropes in the street, and I didn't have enough money to get good clothes, and I heard there was a dustman thief around, but you could probably find him somewhere else, in the south part of the hive. Southwest part of the hive. Saw him, but I hid from him. Please don't hurt me. I'm not planning on it. You ought to know that you are not pulling it off. You will. Now answer some questions. What do you want to know? Who are you? Me? I'm a Mokai. I just like to drink here and he loses her train of thought momentarily. I'm just a person, you know? I see. What is this place? Modern Corpse Tavern. Can't you read? You're more Bob than I am. Tell me about the patrons here. They know. They're just people. I don't deal much with people, unless they are buying me a drink. Looks at you hopefully. Who's the burning corpse? He's not a corpse. He's some crazy wizard. Ask around, I will tell you the story. Oh well. So she told me that a dustman, a thief. He pretends to be a dustman. He's in the southwest part of the city. Somewhere in the hive of the buried village. I think there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 locations. I guess that's not all. There are also locations in this part of the leather map. Well, maybe. We will see later. It's not a long stream, only 2 hours and 40 minutes. But I will be going slowly.
I'm gone.
Because I want to sleep. And it's very difficult to read non-stop this game. I will have to play... Next time I will play something with less text. The right one is based off a book, and the Swedish version goes by the book to the T by. The American version just made it more about the scare factor. There's a lot more than just scary parts in the movie. The American one left out like imagery. See?
I'm gone.
But yeah, I bookmarked this Swedish movie. Maybe I will check it out. We'll see. Yeah, thanks for hanging out. Have a good evening. And I better save again. In case. Yeah, see you later.